Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, here's a big question. How do you pass on ancient, timeless values in an age of endless digital distraction? Well, today, we're going to look at two really fascinating pieces of Islamic children's media that are trying to do exactly that.
It's a huge question for any parent or educator today, right? So, we're going to break it down by looking at two super different but equally interesting approaches to teaching faith and character through digital content.
All right, so let's meet our two case studies. On the surface, yeah, they're both trying to educate young kids. But as you'll see, how they do it, well, it couldn't be more different. And wow, the contrast is pretty stark. First up, you've got Dean Kids TV. It's this catchy, repetitive English song aimed right at toddlers. And on the other hand, Kidsland. This one's a whole narrative cartoon in Urdu that dives into some really complex moral lessons for older kids. We're talking two totally different playbooks here. Okay, so let's start with the simpler stuff first. How do you weave faith into just everyday life? Well, the key seems to be building those core habits right from the get-go. And the strategy is, honestly, brilliantly simple. It's all about association. The song takes these really important Islamic phrases and just wraps them up in all the fun and excitement of, a plane ride or a bike trip. And just like that, faith isn't some boring chore. It's a totally natural, joyful part of a kid's world. Okay, so take Bismillah, for example. In the song, you see the pilot say it right before takeoff. Then you see a little boy, Hamza, say it right before he hops on his bike. The lesson for a toddler? It's crystal clear. This is just what you say before you start anything. Doesn't matter if it's a huge adventure or a tiny one.
Then there's Allahu Akbar. And what's cool here is that it's not just the kids on the plane singing it. It's the cartoon birds flying right alongside them. So by connecting the phrase to the absolute wonder of flying, the song hooks it directly into those feelings of awe and pure excitement. And rounding it out, we have Mashallah. You see characters like Zoya and Imam saying it while they're watching this beautiful journey happen. It's such a simple way to teach kids, hey, when you see something amazing, this is the word you use to show you appreciate it. All right, so that's the playbook for toddlers. Repetition, association, got it. But what about for kids who are a little older? Let's totally switch gears now and look at that Urdu cartoon. It uses storytelling to get into some way more complex moral stuff. And honestly, this is where things get really, really interesting.
So, the story starts with a classic sibling setup, something we can all relate to, right? You've got Faison, who wants this awesome remote control car, but he's just terrible with his money. And then there's his sister, Barira. She's patiently saving every penny for a little pearl bag. You can already see it, can't you? The stage is perfectly set for a big lesson.
And Faison's journey meant it's really the heart of the whole story. We literally watch him transform. He goes from being impulsive, even kind of disrespectful, to finally getting what value actually means. And it's not just about money. It's about family. It's about relationships.
And then there's this really crucial moment. The lesson isn't just, hey, be careful with your money. No. When an adult steps in to stop another kid from swiping Faison's cash, he doesn't just give him a telling off. He connects it directly to a verse from the Quran. He makes it absolutely clear that this isn't just bad manners. It's something that is explicitly forbidden in their faith.
But wait, the story doesn't just stop with money. It actually weaves in another super critical layer, the importance of family and, you guessed it, respect. There's this one scene, it's so powerful, Faison just snaps at his dad for trying to give him some advice. But here's the thing, instead of the dad getting mad, it's his sister who gently steps in. And boom, just like that, the lesson completely shifts. It's not about money anymore. It's about something way deeper, how we treat the people we love. And this is where the teaching gets incredibly specific. Barrera actually quotes a hadith. That's a prophetic teaching. And it frames respecting your parents not just as, a nice thing to do, but as a core part of your relationship with God. That raises the stakes entirely, doesn't it?
And the climax of the whole story is just this beautiful, beautiful act of sacrifice. Barrera takes all that money she so carefully saved up for her dream bag, and she uses it to buy Faison the car he wanted. And that's the moment it all clicks for him. He's so moved that he promises he'll save up his own money to buy her the bag she gave up. The lesson comes full circle. It's complete.
So, okay, we've got these two totally different approaches, right? A simple song on one side, a complex story on the other. So what's the common thread here? What's the real, ultimate goal for both of them? Well, when you get right down to it, they're both trying to do the same thing. Build a positive identity where faith and good character are basically two sides of the same coin.
The song does it with simple association for the little ones. The story uses narrative and that deep emotional connection to teach bigger kids about these huge concepts like sacrifice, respect, and responsibility.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's a simple song teaching a toddler to say Bismillah or this really deep story about sibling sacrifice. The fundamental goal is exactly the same. It's all about making faith not just something you believe in your head, but something you actually do. It's about weaving these values into every single action and every single relationship.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? The tools we have for storytelling are more powerful than they have ever been. And yet, the lessons themselves, they're ancient. So, as these, you could call them digital campfires, continue to shape the next generation, the real question is, and it's a big one, what stories are we going to choose to tell?